Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTest.com, and Horizon Yachts has been building premium level catamarans for years now. Their quality of build and excellence in workmanship can be seen throughout the yacht, as well as a lot of thoughtful features. I'm going to show them to you all as we do a full features inspection of the Power Cat 60 from Horizon Yachts. With the double stainless steel paned sliding glass doors open fully, we have an opening 6 feet, and that leads us to the interior, where we start with the galley and a sitting area just across. Ceiling height is 6 feet 10 inches. Glass surrounds the entire main deck, so plenty of natural light. The galley has an island with bar stools in front of it that are on pedestals that are angled so that we can swing them in and out while still staying secured to the deck. Makes a great place for having an informal meal. And look at the work that went into this mosaic tiling. As for the galley itself, polar stone counters all the way around on the island and to the opposite side. Double basin stainless steel sink, dishwasher, an electric stove with a extraction fan just above underneath the microwave, convection oven, plenty of storage. And I always like to see a full-size refrigerator freezer, and notice the front of this has wood matching the rest of the boat. Over to the port hand side, not only do we have the sofa, but storage to both sides, including a nice storage solution for the stemware, quarter sawn walnut. All the edges have another inlay piece to make a nice clean edge. Notice the horizontal surfaces are high gloss, the vertical surfaces are a matte finish. And there's a household size wine locker. When there's high gloss, it's 16 layers to create that gloss, and it gives the boat a gloss factor of 91.1. Excellent work. Notice the stylized ceiling with the high gloss wood trim. In the port aft corner of the galley area, take a look at this. The electrical panel. Normally we open up this and see that there's breaker switches everywhere. Horizon decided they could do it a little bit better and just made it everything controllable at the source, and in this position we've got just the master switches. We can control the generators, the color control for the exterior lights, the AC power systems, the water maker, heat and air conditioning, and the engine controls. So now when you hit a switch at the source, it works. You don't have to go to a breaker panel to make sure that the switch works. Here's a nice thoughtful touch. There's a book showing all of the equipment that Horizon puts into the storage compartments for you so that you've got a well-stocked boat. Not only what is in them, but where they are. Moving forward, we go up 2 steps with 7-inch risers, nice comfortable step, and we come to the salon area. The overhead height increases to 7 feet 10 inches, wraparound seating around a coffee table. Here's an interesting storage solution. Storage around the sides, and there's also a 58-inch TV on an electric lift. The sound is connected to a Sonos sound bar. We can also have music and television going throughout the boat in separate zones that can all be controlled from your smartphone. Notice we also have glass hatches that provide natural light, plus we can open them up and add ventilation through the entire deck. Here's a thoughtful touch, easy access service panel. There's an option to turn all of this into a master stateroom, so you would have a bulkhead with an entrance at this point here, and you have an on-deck master stateroom. Now let's check out the accommodations. We'll start over on the starboard side with the master stateroom. 7-inch risers feel so natural. Sometimes we see leather-wrapped handrails, but look at this, hardwood. We'll start with the head. His and hers sinks recessed into the counterwork. Dual mirrors with storage behind. Opening port light, and it's a beefy opening port light. That's a significant sign of an ocean-going yacht. Storage underneath, including trash receptacle storage, a walk-in shower with another opening port light for ventilation, and take a look at this. Access to an electrical room. This is where all your breakers are, so you don't have them in that main panel that we saw in the salon. Some clever use of space for storage solutions, even behind the door. There's a full-length mirror on the back side of the door, and on the front side of the door, matchbook grains. The door jamb is gasketed so we won't hear any rattling while we're underway. Here's an interesting storage nook, and then just continuing on, there's a privacy door so that we can close off the master, and then behind that door, washer and dryer, both from Miele. Directly across, storage and a hull side window. And that brings us to the master. Overhead height, 6 feet 5 inches, which leaves 3 feet 6 inches above the berth. It's on an elevated platform accessible from stairs to the aft side. The forward side has a bit of a curve here because this is where the bow is coming up. Nightstand storage to both sides, more storage, and even more storage. TV on the starboard bulkhead. Now let's check out the guest staterooms. We'll start with the VIP forward. And it's much the same dimensions as the master that we saw earlier. The berth, again, facing a hull side window. The ensuite is right behind a sliding pocket door with an opaque insert. It's got a hull side window, sink recessed into the countertop, opening port light in the walk-in shower. Now just behind, more storage, and it's very deep. Now, let's check out the guest stateroom. This has twin berths. They're 16 inches apart. Each one measures 76 by 30 inches. Overhead clearance, 6 feet 7 inches, which gives us 4 feet over the berth. The ensuite behind another pocket door with opaque glass, and exactly the same features we saw before. Sink recessed into the counter, opening port light, hull side window in the shower, electric flush toilet. Now, just across, plenty of deep storage solutions. And more importantly, the VIP can be closed off for privacy. The aft deck, huge. Table seating for 8, solid wood table, fixed pedestals. There's a bench seat in the back that's under cover because it just rained and it's about to rain again, so we'll leave it covered. Forward, we've got a refreshment center with sink, refrigerator, ice maker, TV just above, again connected to the Sonos system. And all this is under the protection of the extended hardtop, 6 feet 8 inches off the deck. A lot of thoughtful touches with Horizon. Here's one of them right now. This holder for the gate tucks in flush, and we can pull it out when we go to use the gate. Horizon gives you the boat with all of these supplies included. The engine rooms are much the same to both sides, so we'll take a look here at the starboard side because it also includes the 11.5 kW generator. Cummins engine just ahead, easy access all the way around it. Raycor fuel filters with crossovers. Everything neatly labeled. I mean, everything is neatly labeled. Filter system for the Spectra water maker. I can also have clear access to the steering gear just behind, and I can see that it's electric over hydraulic. Here's a nice touch that we just don't see often enough, an emergency steering tiller. With a symmetrical layout, we've got side decks to both sides. He's measuring at an average 21 inches with a rail height of 32, far and away exceeding ABYC standards. The teak decking has given way to non-skid fiberglass. There's a waste pump outlet right there. And we've got an opening gate. And that leads us to the bow. Naturally, there's an option for putting sun pads across the bow. We've got plenty of storage solutions and hatches leading to the windlass. Foot controls are just to the side, and there's also a bridle setup so that we have both hulls matching in the middle with the bridle. I like the added touch of having a seat at the front of both bows. The flying bridge is accessed from stairs to the port-hand side of the aft deck. Let's take a look. Well, we'll start with this aft deck, which is easily laid out with lounge chairs. There's 17 feet 6 inches between the rails from side to side, which means we could put a 17-foot tender here And they'll even supply one that has a 100 horsepower outboard on it. It can be launched with the crane, 1,500-pound lift capacity that can take it over to the starboard side or extend to launch the boat off the stern. Coming forward, we've got an area pre-made for a grill. Just alongside, freezer storage, and because this owner decided to wrap the aft bulkhead in isinglass, we even have a fire blanket to absorb the heat from the grill. Storage is underneath. Now moving inside to the flying bridge, another social zone. Look at this, L-shaped seating over to the starboard side, wrapping around a solid wood table on dual pedestals, and it is high-low, so we can drop this down or raise it up. Coffee table height, dining table height, whatever we want. Just ahead, it's a double-wide lounge seat. This cushion can be removed and we can make it into just a regular sitting space. Bit of a wet bar with a sink, storage, refrigerator, and more storage. We even have a drop-down TV. Another seating area just ahead, facing forward so we can share the view with the captain on both sides of the captain's seat, which happens to be a STID seat, fully adjustable, high-low, fore and aft. It swivels and it also reclines, and it's even got flip armrests. And look at this helm area. Triple displays, electrical switches all over to the left-hand side, Garmin multi-data display, Garmin autopilot, Cummins engine displays. We can also control the boat from the dockmate controller. Even though we have a clear view of the stern and the bow from this position, and as I look down the companionway I can see the stern, but why not use the dockmate controller so we can do it from anywhere on board? On the right hand side, another Garmin multi-data display, digital engine controls, bow and stern thrusters. If we lose our electric over hydraulic steering from the wheel, we just revert to our steering backup, and we also have steering controls from the autopilot, so there's triple redundancy. Your installation tech is also going to love this feature, access to the entire space behind the panel. Through consistent refinement, Horizon Yachts has been able to put quality into everything they do, and it can be seen throughout our tour of the 60 Power Cat. And that's my full features inspection. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve, and we'll see you on the water.